Hello and welcome to Henry Recommends, the show where I, Disregarding Henry, recommend to you movies that I like, and that you might like too. In this episode, I'd like to recommend John Dies at the End, a thoroughly unconventional and defiantly strange blend of psychedelic sci-fi, B-movie horror, and absurdist humor from writer-director Don Coscarelli, the man behind such cult classics as Phantasm and Bubba Ho-Tep. Based on the novel by David Wong, this remarkably inventive story follows two young slackers, Dave and John, played by Chase Williamson and Rob Mays, respectively, who are unwittingly recruited as saviors of the world when they try a mind-altering drug called soy sauce, which gives its users extrasensory perception, the ability to see and travel through time, glimpse at other dimensions, and those are only the side effects. It's not long before they're alerted to an impending interdimensional invasion by strange creatures and sinister forces, and so, before you know it, they're traveling across space and time, stepping into alternate dimensions, encountering an oddball assortment of characters, and battling zombie skinheads, reanimated meat monsters, and flying mustaches. Also, as if that weren't complicated enough, the whole movie is presented as a series of complexly disjointed flashbacks told by Dave to a somewhat incredulous reporter, played by Paul Giamatti, in what, by the end of the movie, actually becomes a surprisingly poignant performance. If you find it all a little tough to follow, I think that's because you're supposed to. We're meant to be constantly questioning the line between reality and hallucination, stumbling through a jumbled collection of memories within memories and stories within stories. The whole movie plays like a mixture of Philip K. Dick and Douglas Adams, with shades of H.P. Lovecraft and Raymond Chandler thrown in for good measure. It's written with delirious creativity, a strong comic voice, and sharp, sardonic wit. The ending is abrupt, but also funny in a deadpan sort of way. Director Coscarelli is obviously no stranger to the horror-comedy hybrid, and he really outdoes himself with this one, once again embracing his low-budget aesthetic and transcending it with non-stop energy and visual flair. You'd never guess this movie was made for less than $1 million. The prosthetic and makeup effects were done by Robert Kurtzman, whose work you may have seen in films as diverse as Army of Darkness, Boogie Nights, and Austin Powers in Goldmember. I wonder if it's Dirk Diggler's member that makes a cameo in this one. John Dies at the End is unapologetically silly, hysterically funny, it has all the exploding heads and splattering blood a horror fan could want, but it's also genuinely thought-provoking, asking questions about free will, predetermination, quantum physics, alternate realities, the fallibility of human perception, the nature of objective reality, and the possible unrealized potential of the human brain. It also contains such classic lines as, "I wanna shoot you so bad, my dick's hard." This movie is readily available to stream on both Netflix and Hulu, and I think it's the perfect midnight movie. I've seen it several times now, and it never fails to entertain the hell out of me. That's why Henry recommends John Dies at the End. Sayonara.